You think you're just being helpful, answering messages, showing up, staying available. But something is happening to your mind, and you haven't noticed it yet. Every time you interrupt your own thoughts to respond, to engage, to adjust, you are training your mind to stop thinking for itself. And the more available you become, the less control you have over your own attention. When was the last time you sat alone, with no phone, no conversation, no distraction, and your mind felt completely clear? Not entertained, not distracted, clear. If you can't remember, this is already affecting you. The ancient Greeks understood this long before you did. They didn't see constant interaction as harmless. They saw it as dangerous. Socrates questioned everything, especially himself. Epictetus guarded his attention like it was his life. Diogenes rejected society to preserve his independence. They weren't avoiding people. They were protecting something far more valuable, their ability to think clearly. And here's the part most people miss. The more available you are, the less your mind belongs to you. Your mind was not designed to constantly switch between inputs, but that's exactly what you force it to do. A message appears, you respond. Someone speaks, you adjust. An opinion is shared, you filter yours. It feels small, but repetition creates identity. And slowly, you stop choosing your focus. You start reacting to everything around you. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." But how can you be master of your mind when it is constantly being interrupted? Think about today. How many times did something pull your attention away, and you followed it instantly? No pause, no decision, just reaction. Was that control or conditioning? You don't lose yourself suddenly. You adjust. You soften your words. You hold back your thoughts. You agree to keep things smooth. At first, it feels like awareness, but over time, it becomes dependence. Because now, you are not expressing yourself. You are managing how others experience you. Socrates warned, to find yourself, think for yourself. But constant exposure to others leaves no space for that. How often do you say what you truly think without adjusting it first, without calculating the reaction, without filtering it for comfort? If the answer is rarely, then who are people actually interacting with? You, or the version of you that is easier to accept? This is where it becomes invisible, because it doesn't feel like loss. It feels like adaptation. You begin to adopt the tone of the group, the concerns of the group, the priorities of the group, not because they are right, but because they are constant. Plato warned, most people mistake shadows for truth, simply because they see them every day. And when you are always surrounded by noise, you begin to accept it as reality. If people can access you at any time, for any reason, without resistance, then your attention is not respected, it is expected. And what is always expected is eventually taken for granted. You were taught something wrong, that being available makes you valuable. But the ancient Greeks understood the opposite. Value is created through selectivity, through boundaries, through control. Diogenes owned nothing, yet kings came to speak with him, not because he was available, but because he wasn't, because his attention belonged to him, and that made him powerful. If this feels familiar, if you recognize what this is doing to your focus, your clarity, your sense of self, you're not imagining it. You've just been living too close to the noise. Ancient wisdom was never meant to stay in the past. It was meant to guide you back to yourself. Subscribe to Timeless Mind by Nicolaus and begin that process. The solution is not isolation. The ancient Greeks didn't reject connection. They refined it. They chose it. They controlled it. You don't need to disappear. You need to become selective. Not every message deserves a reply. Not every invitation deserves your time. Not every voice deserves access to your attention, because your attention is your life. Epictetus taught, freedom begins when you stop giving power to what is outside you and start protecting what is within. And your attention is the first place that power lives. When you take it back, everything changes. Your thoughts become clearer, your decisions sharper, your direction your own again. And silence no longer feels empty. It feels like control. Now test yourself. The ancient Greeks would call this the Agora Test, not in theory, in practice. Tomorrow, when the first message appears, don't answer immediately. Pause. Watch what happens inside you. The urge, the tension, the need to respond. That reaction is not control, it's conditioning. Later, when something pulls your attention away, don't follow instantly. Stay, finish your thought, protect it. And at some point during the day, choose silence. No input, no conversation, no distraction. Just you and your own mind. If that feels uncomfortable, if your mind starts searching for noise, if you reach for your phone without thinking, then you've just discovered something important. You are not used to being alone with your own thoughts. The ancient Greeks trained for this, because this is where clarity begins. Because the hidden cost of always being available is not just exhaustion, it's this. You slowly become someone who is no longer available to themselves.
The lesson is ancient. The choice is yours.